What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a pretty spicy duel for you guys to check out, featuring a couple of archetype stats are going to be released in the next upcoming core booster set. That would be Ignition Assault. We got the Megaliths down here at the bottom, and Megaliths are really interesting. They're a ritual archetype. Obviously, there are no ritual spells within this archetype. The monsters just summon the other monsters because, I don't know, Konami. And it's kind of insane because they can ritual summon during the opponent's turn, but not just with an archetype. Like Megaliths can ritual summon other non-Megalith monsters during the opponent's turn. That's actually kind of insane. You'll see that in this duel. Then at the top, we got the Sinka boys, and Sinka are just, they're pretty straightforward, man. They just want to beat the crap out of your opponent. This is old school beatdown caveman Yu-Gi-Oh! In a nutshell. Reminds me very much of Six Sams when they first came out during the GX era, before like Storm of Ragnarok and stuff like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and roll it. And he does have that Rocky boy, so he has Nibiru. This guy has to be careful. Incantations are two monsters when you resolve them, so he's gonna summon two of them immediately. That makes his summon limit pretty much at 3 at this point. He is going to go ahead and ritual summon from his hand, fair enough. He's going to get himself a search, get the field spell, which gives you a little bit of protection from battle. So that's kind of nice. Also, it can, get the monsters from your graveyard. He is just going to summon, and this is such an excellent card. This is the big Sinka level 7, the one that's like Cyber Dragon. Your opponent controls more monsters than you. You just drop this guy from your hand, then you blow up one of their monsters. So he gets a +1 easy right there. Going into battle phase, and this one's also pretty strong. This is the one where if another Sinka monster declares an attack, or no, it doesn't even have to be an attack declared with a Sinka. It just has to be a battle between Sinka monsters. It just, lets you draw a card. So that's actually pretty cool. And even if your opponent attacks one of your other Sinka monsters, as you will see right here, you still get to draw a card. You basically do not want to attack other Sinkas while this guy's on the field, or while this guy. You want to attack him, essentially. He's going to ritual summon. He's going to recover some resources. Fair enough. Sets a card, and then he just passes, not really doing all that much. Reasoning is going to be thrown down. He's going to get a monster because Sinka, the monsters are all over the place. He is going to ritual summon during his opponent's turn, and this is kind of crazy. As I said before, he's going to blow 3 cards up during his opponent's turn. His opponent's going to be like, what the hell, Cap? I'm just trying to play. Next thing I know, 3 of my monsters are getting blown up. Like, bro, I can't even understand what's going on. He will attack into the wrong monster once again. He should not be attacking into the Lu Jing. He should be trying to kill this guy right here because he's going to keep drawing cards if he doesn't kill it. That means he gets to draw a card. He also gets to pop a card on his opponent's side of the field. That's why he shouldn't have, I don't know. I feel like he should not have attacked that right there. He's going to ritual summon to get a bigger monster in defense mode, so he doesn't get beat down. Activates the Call of the Haunted just to get another monster. He will use that level 4 to ritual summon. Now he goes into battle phase, and his opponent is going to lock out the battle phase and draw a card, and also summon a monster from the deck. Actually, no, excuse me. He didn't lock out the battle phase, but he did draw, and he did summon a monster from deck. So I feel like the ritual player, like the Mega player, is just not reading this card, man. He's just letting him draw infinite amount of cards with this. I feel like he's drawn at least 4 or 5 cards with this single card. But, the Megalith deck is not out of gas yet. Impermanence will be negated because this guy can stop targeting negation, so the impermanence kind of useless there. If he would have maybe read the card, he probably wouldn't have used that, but I guess it's use it or lose it at that point. He's going to go ahead and continue, getting his resources together. And once again, you will see he's going to ritual summon Trishula during his opponent's turn. Like, that is so awesome, man. Even Necros don't do that. Like, they're seeing one of their best cards being incredibly useful in the Megalith deck. So he has non-targeting removal, can get rid of 3 cards, 1 from the hand, 1 from the field, and 1 from the graveyard. Not bad, not bad. His opponent is just going to press on. I'm not sure if the Nibiru, it looks like it's just not going to be useful this entire game. He did draw an effect veiler, so now he has like double hand traps, and I think his set card isn't permanent, so he might be able to work around the the targeting protection that his opponent actually has. So we'll see if that actually comes into play. He will impermanence. His opponent tries to use the Megalith Eratron to negate it, but he's going to shut that down with Effect Veiler. So at least he gets some effect negation. And I think that his opponent's just not going to stop. Like, every time he uses the Call of the Haunted for the Megalith deck, this card right here, the Immersion, he also is going to get himself another Megalith monster from the graveyard. So not only, he's basically going +2 every single turn. He ritual summons Ben 10, then goes into the Nethys Link monster. This card is very easy to summon in Megaliths. You definitely need to run it. And now his opponent's on the back foot. He has a 4800 attack monster he can't kill. He goes into Utopia double, and then he's like, oh, okay, I guess that's it. I'm not sure what that play is, but finally, after all of these incantations, he decides, Cat, this guy don't even got Nibiru. I've been playing this entire duel, summoning as much as I want. This guy ain't playing Nibiru. I can summon as much as I want. And unfortunately, his opponent says, oh, I don't play Nibiru, have this Rocky boy. And he drops that Rocky token on him. It's really unfortunate. And I see this happens from time to time when you Nibiru your opponent and you can't kill your own token. Like, that feels so bad because he basically cleared his entire board, but the token is just too big. That's 5,000 defense. I guess it would have been even, I don't know if it would have made a difference summoning in an attack mode, to be honest. He's going to get a Summoner Monk, which is not any help because he doesn't have any spell cards to use. And then he's just going to pass, putting both monsters in defense mode. His opponent says, Incantations never die. I'm bringing them back in. Now he's pretty much going to go balls to the wall. He's going to summon a lot of non-Megalith ritual monsters this turn. He's getting the, Trishula back, although it's not good. Summons the, I'm going to say that's Shino Baroness Peacock right there. Yep, Shino Baroness Peacock, shuffling those back row cards. And he is going to also summon the Incantation ritual monster, who no one even knows about this card. It makes your Incantations 2,000 attack, so it actually makes them not just fodder for ritual summons. And that is obviously the end of the game, ending with a 4,000 attack Nibiru token that your opponent gave you. Not a bad way to end a duel. He could have summoned Trishula for another time. Like, he could have summoned it for a second time in this duel, but there really wouldn't have been a point. He would not have been able to basically use the effects. So yeah, Megaliths getting the job done. I feel like both players were, no, I can't really say that the Sinka misplayed because his opponent gave him a plethora of cards and I feel like he made the best out of it, but the hand traps and the negation cards that he were getting just weren't really effective, and permanence isn't very good against Megaliths. Effect Veiler just kind of so-so against them because they can ritual summon during your turn when Effect Veiler can't even be used. But yep, definitely an interesting duel nonetheless. Anyways, let's pause for one quick second and let's check out these decks. All right, and here is a look at the two decks. The first one is going to be your Sinka archetype, and the Sinka deck is pretty straightforward. We don't get too many pure beatdown decks, ones that don't have any extra deck cards, but this is essentially one of them. It's a simple deck. Go second, summon your monsters, and try to beat the crap out of your opponent. It's a shame that, man, if this archetype was all light or something like that, and they could run honest, that would be super good. Things like the Summoner Monk allow you to summon your level 4s from the deck. There are multiple level 4s within the archetype, so I think that double or nothing just has to be in here because it is a win condition. Nibiru's awesome because you are blinding second. So why not have a power card against combo decks that can essentially just win you the game outright? And even though these guys should have been Warrior, them being Beast Warrior actually helps because you get additional normal summons from Tensu, and then you also get a slight attack gain from Fire Formation Tenki. And that kind of adds up because these guys can obviously, you can summon 3 monsters at a time, or 3 monsters can hit the board incredibly easily, and that's just, it's kind of better to be Beast Warrior right now than to be Warrior, because I guess being Warrior, all you get is I sold in Rhoda, but I'd rather just have the continuous spell cards. I feel like it just kind of makes a little more sense. Plus it works with their natural effects as well. Anyways, to the Megaliths. Megaliths are a 60 card build. It isn't pure Megaliths. I don't really think that you're going to find pure Megaliths because excuse me, they don't have enough recovery, so you're going to run either Incantations. I've seen that a bunch because they just naturally fit in all ritual decks, or you can run Manju and Sanju. You can just kind of max out on those cards. Extravagance is ran in every ritual deck in Yu-Gi-Oh right now because ritual decks normally have extra deck cards that they rely on. And man, look at all these other ritual monsters, everything from Cyber Angel Benton, you got Demise up in here, Necros of Trishula, some Shino Birds, Odd Eyes, Gravity Dragon. Now, the thing to note is, obviously, all of these cards, all of them, can be summoned during your opponent's turn. That's incredibly good for something like Trishula or the Shino Birds. Lord of Red actually can benefit off that. But in addition, you can get all of these cards back from the Megalith portal, the field spell of the archetype. Usually when I play Megaliths, I just get my own Megalith cards back because it kind of costs them to ritual summon themselves. I'll use this card to kind of add these guys back from the graveyard, but you can add these other cards back as well. So Cyber Angel Benton, something that's mainly just used for fodder. This is a card that always seemingly just, is in the graveyard. It's something that you can just constantly add back and back and back. I don't know about running, like this card, the one that adjusts the levels. I feel like it's not really good. I'd rather just max out on the Call of the Haunted, or I don't know, run something different. But I mean, I guess it's fine as a one of in, this isn't a 60 card deck. I'm trolling. It's a 45 card deck. I don't know why I thought it was a 60 card deck, but yeah, I guess it's fine if you want to run like one copy of it. I probably wouldn't, but that's just me.